everybody, my name is Rainy Angel and welcome to my channel, Rainy Angel in Spirit. Here on this channel I talk about my spiritual experiences, my spiritual awakening, and my out-of-body experiences that I have using the AIDA method. So let's get into it. So in this video today I will be talking to you guys about not thinking so much and more so feeling and following your intuition and your gut feeling and your instinct. I've been doing this more so recently, and you know, as a kid you are very in tune with your environment and vibes of people and situations. And as you get older, especially, like, I've noticed this as I've gotten older, I get confused as to what, or I have gotten confused as to what my instinct was and that gut feeling. And a lot of the times when I did feel the gut feeling, I didn't really listen to it because I just never trusted it, and the voice in my head was always talking and always thinking. And when I say voice in my head, I mean there's like a literal third person voice in my head. I mean, it's not audible, but for example, like I will do something or go to do something or think of a situation, I'm about to go somewhere or whatever, and there's this like third person voice in my head that's like saying my name and everything. It's like, Rainy, don't forget about this, and what about that, Rainy, and we got to do this, and you know what I mean? It's like it speaks in third person as if like someone was talking to me, but I couldn't figure out what that was for a long time. At first I thought it was like a spirit guide talking to me or just some form of my higher self, but then I realized that it's not that at all. It's actually like a judgmental voice in my head, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because it helps me remember things. It helps me you know, if I like not to sleep in the morning, like if my alarm goes off and I put it on snooze, or I'll turn it off and then go back to sleep, the voice in my head will be like, you know, you got to get up, like it's time to get up, you got a lot of things to do. And then the voice in my head starts reminding me of all the things that I have to do in a couple hours, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get up. So yeah, to go with how you feel and to trust your instinct is to just, sometimes something chaotic could be going on, but it's best to just stop for a second, calm down, breathe, clear your mind of all the thoughts racing in your head about the situation, and just feel. What do you feel is going on? You know what I mean? Like what do you feel the right thing for you to do is? What do you feel the right thing to do for somebody else is? It's like a lot of the times the voice in your head or your thoughts are just judgmental thoughts of yourself or things that you've heard other people say. Like your parents or something, or your teachers, anyone who has had some sort of authority over you, your managers, a minister at church or something, that's sort of guiding you and telling you what to do or how to do things, when a lot of the times those things that they'll tell you don't resonate with you. They're not in alignment with your path in life, because everybody's path in life is different. A lot of people have similar paths and similar personalities and all this, but not everybody's path is exactly identical. You have to do things for yourself too. Consider others, not in a selfish way, of course, but at the end of the day, it's your life. You came to earth for your own specific purpose and reason, and following your feelings and what makes you feel good leads you in the right direction as to why you came here. So, like, say for example, you don't have anything to do. Like, say you have a day off and you don't have any errands to run, you don't have any adulting to do. So what do? What I do is I sit here and I'm like, what do I feel like doing right now? I make music. I like to write poetry from time to time. I love reading and I love journaling. Yeah, I do those almost consistently every day. And sometimes I'll be like, do I feel like making music? Do I feel like writing a song? Do I feel like listening to beats? What do I feel like doing? Do I feel like journaling right now and my thoughts? And I always go with what I feel like doing the most, like what makes me feel good. And that, in my experience, is the way that you follow your life's purpose. When you tune into your heart and your soul, your heart is connected to your soul. When you listen to that and follow that, you're on the right track. The way that I like to calm down and slow down my thoughts is, like, what am I thinking? First off, what am I thinking? You know, am I stressed out? Am I at work? Am I dealing with people that are trying to tell me what to do all the time? Are you in a bad situation? Are you in a very tense, stressful situation? But you want to do what's right for you and to follow your instinct. Well, what I like to do is just slow down the thoughts in my brain. You know, slow down my heart rate by deep breathing for a second, you know what I mean? Or just clearing your thoughts, like empty your mind of all the thoughts of just worry and fear, and just be like, what is best for me to do? The best thing for me to do is not worry. The best thing for me to do is be brave. The best thing for me to do is do something for myself. Depending on the situation, you know. And just go with the good feelings. And remember that other people's judgment towards you doesn't matter. And a lot of the times the judgment from other people is actually just you thinking that that's how they're thinking of you. It's you judging yourself. I learned that. I've been doing that my whole life and I never realized it until recently. And it was pretty bad. Like, it was really bad. I'll make another video about that though soon. So basically, okay, when you walk in a room, here's another way to follow your instinct. I know everybody's heard this, but I'm going to remind you. So when you, for example, you walk into a room, you know, you're going somewhere, say, you know, you don't know what you're getting into. You walk in the room and you get a sudden bad feeling, like a bad feeling in your gut, or just, you know, that whatever is going on in the room is not good. This has happened to me multiple times in my life. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you can't leave. Sometimes you can't leave. You know what I mean? Which is not good. So you just trust yourself as much as possible and don't be scared. Sometimes the energy in the room feels really good. It feels really good and you don't want to leave, you know? You just want to stay and participate in whatever people are doing, you know? Yeah, there's been situations where I walk into a room and there's illegal activities going on, like bad things. And you always have the choice to say no. You always have the choice to say yes. You have the choice to do whatever you want. So what I've been learning lately is to let go of the judgment you place upon yourself and feel the vibe of the actual room or the person. Feel the vibe of the actual person you're talking to, because there's been times where I've had crippling social anxiety, and it's just due to judging myself so much. Like, oh God, what if I say this weird thing, or there's an awkward pause in the conversation, or, you know, just something awkward might happen. That's just you judging yourself so hard, and you're not processing what's going on properly. You're not feeling the vibes of other people. It's just you doing it to yourself. Now, there are times where there are judgmental people out there, but once you stop judging yourself, you really don't care at all about what other people think of you. Because there are some judgy people out there, and you could feel the vibe of someone very judgy. And a lot of the times, people who are very judgy towards themselves or towards other people are judgy towards themselves. So it has nothing to do with you. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and make a quick video about that. As time goes on, I will get more information on this feeling, following my instinct and my gut feeling. I'll give you a couple examples things have been accurate. So One example is, like, I'll be out and about. I'll be at work. It doesn't matter where I am, honestly. But if I want to tune in, like if I'm talking to somebody like my boyfriend or a close friend of mine, we made plans or something, and I simply, like, sometimes I'll want to ask them something, or sometimes I'll want to talk to them about something, or just simply tune into how they're feeling about what we're about to do. Because I like to consider others as well. I like to make sure everyone's on board with what's about to happen. Make sure everybody wants to do that, or suggest certain things. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do today? You know what I mean? And I feel the vibe of the other person, whether they're here or they're not here. You could feel the vibe of people without even being too close to them, honestly. You could just tune into the situation, tune into the vibe. So I just sit there, I'm like, how do I feel right now? Is this right for me? Is this right for that person? Do they feel, and most of the time it's good to go. Nothing to worry about, nothing to think too deeply. But I always just like to feel and tune into the feeling. That's how I get the most accuracy of a situation. When I overthink, it creates a whole scenario in my own head that creates this like whole warped, distorted reality that is not even really what's going on. Last night I misplaced something, and I was like thinking, like, where did I last put it? Like, how you retrace your steps? That's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes I tend to overthink. Like, I'm like, God, and then I get frustrated with myself. I'm like, I keep misplacing this stuff. I don't put it back in the right spot. And then I told myself, I'm like, just tune in. What do you feel? And I was like, because at first I thought the thing that I was looking for, like my boyfriend took home with him, that was more so of a fearful thought or worrisome thoughts. But then I just tuned into the feeling, and I was like, I feel like it's in the house somewhere though. I feel like it's here. And I'm walking around the house and I find it. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to mention was, when I say feelings, I don't mean negative emotions. Like, negative emotions are something to look at as well, and it's okay to feel negative emotions. But feeling too much, like indulging too much on the negative emotions can be bad for you. But also at the same time, everybody has their process, and it takes longer for others to process certain things. But if you indulge too much in the negative emotions, then you're just unnecessarily creating a reality that is just going to continue to be negative, and you don't know how to get out of it. I've been there so many times as well. So yeah, that's just follow the good feelings. What makes you feel good? What do you feel like doing right now? And of course you got responsibilities and adulting and chores and all this stuff, paying bills. Of course, if you want to live in this society and, keep a roof over your head and all this stuff, you have to do those things. There's things that you have to do on Earth in order to survive and live. I'll give you another example, because sometimes it can get confusing. It can get very confusing sometimes at first. Like, say for example, you feel like being with somebody. It could be a friend, it could be a boyfriend, or somebody you want to go out with, or something. But you, in the back of your mind, or you get this feeling like, is this person good for me, really? So it's not always necessarily a bad thing to think either. You have to find the right balance. So for example, if you really want to be with somebody and you love them or think you love them or whatever the situation is, but look at them. Are they treating you right? Are they cheating on you? Are they not being there for you? Are they being, neglecting you? You always know. And a lot of the times we have to go through hard times before we awaken to what is good for us. It's part of the process of awakening. But overall, what I'm saying is trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust your instincts, because you have that for a reason. You have that to guide you, especially here. You got spirit guides and you got your own inner guide. Like, don't turn those off. If anything, like, practice tuning in. How do you feel? How do I feel? And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You don't really necessarily have to think about it too much. You know what I mean? Your instinct and your intuition will always guide you in the right spot where you need to be. It's never wrong. It's never wrong. If you guys have anything to add to this or any tips on how to tune into the vibes and your intuition and gut feelings and following your heart, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, you guys have a good day. Bye.